Greetings and welcome to SmartWatchTicks.com. I've got a brand new product for you from Wellue, the Viatom company, that is going to take care of monitoring your blood oxygen and do it in a unique way that is globally and instantly available to anyone, your doctor, your healthcare provider, your loved ones, with this remote link. It's called an Oxy Link remote. Now, let's get into this. I want to show it to you and then explain how it works and how it differs from some of the other Wellue products we've already looked at, which are focused on blood oxygen. When we open this up, we've got a sleeve, and inside here, they always have a lip. There it is. And you can open it up on this direction. It's got some basic information, the unit itself, a manual, and some other cards we'll look at, and then this remote sensor. Now, let's explain what we're looking at and then get into more detail. The Oxy Link comes in a basic and remote version. You can pick them up from Wellue using the link gowellue.com. Will get you a 15% discount on your purchase. It's a special one I've got negotiated with them for you, so make sure you use the link gowellue.com. The basic Oxy Link will give you monitoring for your heart rate and your blood oxygen within Bluetooth range of your phone. It'll transmit to your phone, just like all the other products that Wellue puts out that do this type of analysis. However, it has the capability to connect with a remote linker that you can plug into your device, your computer, and get a relay, basically, of the data from the device into the cloud. And the Oxy Link remote, with its wireless data transmitter, will let real-time vital sign data be shown on mobile devices of caregivers, doctors, or whoever you like, anywhere in the world. You can pick up the basic monitor that works directly with the phone for about $118. Again, 15% off of that price if you use gowellue.com. Or you can get the full package like you're looking at here, which includes the actual sensor itself and the monitor, the remote transmitter that will let you connect it anywhere through the cloud for about $209. Again, 15% off. The device itself looks like this. We've got a cover. We'll turn it on in a minute after we've charged it. And a little sleeve with some very strong rubberized material that'll allow you to put this on a finger or thumb or whatever and slide it up all the way so that you can have it available and working without you even touching it. The sensor itself now, or the transmitter, Wellue, is a little box. Basically, that's what it is. You got an on-off button over here. It's going to charge up, I'm sure, through the connection. And that's the transmitter unit. And then in here, we've got... what else is in here? Okay, charger cable. That's going to charge up the ring itself. And right here is where you're going to access the charging port. It's got this little cover on it. Cool. Okay. So before we can do anything, really, we need to load the app from the Google Play Store into your phone and set up an account and get it all ready to go. I've got it in here. I'm going to hit open, but before I do, I want to just press the button and turn it on. Now this is a sleeve. The button's hidden behind it. You could take the sleeve off if you want to, or you can keep it on for protection. It comes up. Your unit will have an ID number on it, and that's what we're going to need to activate this thing. When I go through and load the app, it's automatically looking for any devices, Wellue devices that are out there that are connectable. And right now I have the ER1. We've reviewed that one. That's a chest strap for getting your EKG. And then we've got this one, the Oxy Link. So I'm going to press it, and notice the numbers match up. The first time you do this, it's going to ask you to input the numbers, and you just simply do that, and it'll link and remember that device. And here we are. We're actually live, Bluetooth connected. I can put this on a finger. I'm a bit large, so I'm going to put it on my little finger. You notice the red diode is lighting up in here. There it is over on the side, and it's going to be taking its reading. Once I get in here and hold still, you'll see it blinking. It's going to acquire both the blood oxygen and the heart rate. That's the Aura Ring, by the way. That's the new third generation Aura Ring. This is the second generation. We got an extensive review on this one. This one I haven't fully reviewed yet. I'm going to be doing a comparison of the two of them coming up shortly. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. All right, we're waiting for data acquisition. And there we go. We've got 95%. That's kind of low for blood oxygen. All right, it's coming up, so it's actually normalizing and reading it as we go. And 69 for a heart rate. So that's working in the ring itself, and it's acquiring that data. Over here in the app then, because we're tethered to it, I've got a first data point right there, and I can go to dashboard, and here I can get the entire thing shown. Now you notice that it's asking me to turn the volume up. I have it all the way down. This is so it can monitor the blood oxygen and pulse rate and notify you if an alarm goes off. And if you don't have the volume down, you'd never know. So you turn your volume up, whatever level you want. It's not going to be making noise now, but it will if you get an alarm. And that's it. It's just doing its thing. You can come in here to overall settings. You can have the reminder in the device or the dashboard and the threshold at which it's going to notify you that you should pay attention. I would recommend 90 or higher. By the time it's doing that, you may, need some extra time to do whatever you got to do to take care of the situation. And in the dashboard, I think okay, when this is switched on, the reminder will be in the dashboard and triggered, and you've got to have it active and so forth, so that information is there as well. You heard the alarm sample just go off right there. So I've got that set. Here's your heart rate reminders. You can have a low threshold, so if it goes below that while you're sleeping, you can look at it, and your high threshold too. Most of the time this is for while you're sleeping. Of course, your exercise, you want to be way up at your anaerobic level, and this is not really intended for that. But you can set those levels, and you'll get your alarm when it's below or higher than those. And here's your volume level, very high, very low, an offline reminder in the dashboard. And you tack that on, and there's that notification as well. And we got that. So you can factory reset. You can update it, check it to see if there's any firmware updates. Visit gowellue.com. Remember, use gowellue.com. You'll get 15% off of anything as you shop over there. And that's it for the Oxy Link. And that's the model number or unit number of this one. Discover is where you can sign in, set up a premium plan, and work with the Link remote device, and we're going to be doing that next. So those are the things here, and that's your home, and you'll be getting a graph on here versus days of the week in weekly, monthly, or annually. Here's an example of a little session that I had before, and it shows you where you've got your blood oxygen and your pulse rate or heart rate, and it's also tracking motion as well. So that's in here too. Okay, let's play with this remote link device. All right, I got electricity coming in here. I've got my basic USB charger from my OnePlus phone. I've got the Wellue remote link, and the first thing I'm going to do is plug that puppy in like that, and I presume turn it on here on the side. Okay, and it's got a blue light on it. Now I come back over to the app, and I'm going to go in here, and it wants me to sign in with my account, so we'll do that. After logging in and tapping that button, it actually goes out to find the device, and it got its own information that is linked to this particular ring. So I can say, start now. Please connect the device to the USB power adapter. We've done that. Select a Wi-Fi network. It's got to be the 2.4 gigahertz one, and that's this one for me. And I got to put my password in. Now, it's a little bit more complicated. It's got my password, it's got my router, it's got all that information. Press the button twice, ensure the indicator light is flashing quickly. Press the button here twice. 1, 2. It's flashing quickly, just like it shows here. Next. Configuring the remote linker. Because I put my router information in, it's transmitting that to the box, so the box will now have the ability to connect directly to Wi-Fi, and of course it's being directly connected to the ring as well. So we're all set up. Say done. It's connecting the remote server. Here we go, all the different processes. And here I am. Where are you? Come back to me. There we go. 96 and 67. And look at this. Here's my actual chart now. And that's the beating of my heartbeat. If I hold still, it's not going to be bouncing all over the place. And this is the remote view. Theoretically now, I could take this anywhere in the world and the phone and see this information because it's coming in over Wi-Fi now. Of course, the ring has to be in the same room as this link unit does. So I can't run off with the ring and the phone anywhere in the world. I can tether them by Bluetooth that way, but this is meant so that this and this together in the same location can broadcast the readings through Wi-Fi, through the internet, to this phone or any phone anywhere. Does that make sense? I hope so. And this is what you'll be seeing on the remote view. The doctor would see that, your healthcare provider, your auntie, your uncle, your grandparents, your children, whomever is looking at this information. And as you're sleeping, as you're doing your thing, this will be monitoring that. I got settings down here, and when I tap here, it's showing me the device. Just above here is my login information, account information. You've got the settings that you've already established for your blood oxygen alarm levels and your reminder levels. You have sharing. This is the code that you would send to somebody, and it allows them then, after they download the ViHealth app, to be able to connect directly into your ring remotely. So that's how you control who has access to it. It's a short, valid for 10 minutes code, and you can tap that and it'll recycle and give you a new one. And then it's going to show you who has access. That's all coming in through the sharing. You can change your Wi-Fi network, and of course you can check for upgrades and unpair this linker if you want to as well. How do you download the records? Well, this explains it. You're in remote view now. Disconnect the power from the link and connect the Oxy Link to the app and connect directly to the device, and then you can download it. So you got to be aware which thing you're connected to. That's going to help you out on knowing where you could download the data so you have it in the phone. And then there's a help center if you still are having difficulty, and about the device and the information here. So back here to the remote view. This is the view coming from here. If I come back over here, you see that's all I have. There's my ER1, but I don't have the Oxy Link itself anymore. I only have the remote. So I have to disconnect the Wi-Fi connection, and now this pops up directly. So I can come in here. It'll connect directly to the ring. You notice we have a completely different display. There's the dashboard. and now we're doing the Bluetooth connection. All right, that's pretty good summary of how these things all work together. So now that you know a little bit about the Oxy Link and the remote, we're going to talk a little bit about the original O2 ring from Wellue and compare these two so you can assess which would be best for your needs. We have the Oxylink remote we're talking about today. We've got something called the SleepU, and we've got the O2 ring. The O2 ring and the SleepU are pretty much the same thing. This has got a little bit bigger battery, and it wear it on your wrist with a little clip on your finger. The O2 ring, as you see right here, fits on your finger, but it's got a smaller battery, so it doesn't go as long before you need to charge it. In terms of the key differences between them, the Oxylink remote is really designed for remote monitoring. It's going to be doing your data acquisition in 1-minute intervals. These guys now, they're using and producing a professional report. This you get a basic report, and you get a reading or a monitoring every 4 seconds. So if you're really suffering from sleep apnea or something, you want to check your blood oxygen level practically instantaneously, you're going to want to stick with these guys and get a professional report. But if you're just doing baseline monitoring of blood oxygen and trying to do it remotely, or your doctor wants you to be able to do that with a basic report, you do that with the Oxylink remote. The rest of these specs are pretty much the same. You have alarms available with this one that you don't have. Here you have a vibration when you're wearing the device that could hopefully wake you up while you're having an apnea event, but you're not getting any audio alarms from it. Remote monitoring anywhere in the world, or simply Bluetooth within Bluetooth range of your phone. Battery life about the same. This is a little shorter because it's smaller, and the memory is the same for storing the data in all of them before transferring it to the phone. I want to finish up today's video with the specs for this device, the Oxylink and the remote device. Here they are, easy to wear, remote monitoring, audible alarms, 2 different measurement methods. You've got a medically accurate sensor continuously recording blood oxygen saturation, heart rate, and body movements. You've seen all that now. And you can trigger alarms remotely or directly for self-measurement or for others. You have unlimited storage in the Android or iOS app, and you get the real-time tracking and long-term data as well. Once again then, it is 2 different options, the Oxylink Basic by itself or the Oxylink Basic with the remote linker. And there's a whole slew of manuals that I actually recorded and covered. I was going to put at the beginning, but decided we're going to jump into it and put all this at the end. So for those of you who are done and don't want to look at the manuals, one last recommendation, head to gowellue.com, look for the Oxy Link or the O2 ring or whichever you're interested in, and you'll automatically get a 15% discount at checkout when you use that link to get you in there. Let's take a look at the manuals. We've got a 1-year warranty card. Okay, that comes with it. I'm going to do the remote link and this one in just a second. And then this is the actual manual or user's guide for the device itself. So, paging through this one, there's the user guide intro. Installing the app, it's called ViHealth Mobile. There's some information about the levels that it supports, how to connect the device when you're in there the first time. You're going to need that code that you see on the screen. That way it's connecting your exact device. And here's what you get when looking at it as remote monitoring. Here's how you can review your values, and you'll see these 3 different charts. You can zoom in. It has pinch and zoom capability. We didn't try that. You can share these recordings with others. You can delete them, of course. And you can set up a blood oxygen reminder in the settings. And you can sync the data to Apple Health. That's nice to know. And then you get different languages. And here's the other two manuals. Remote Linker User Manual. We'll page through that quickly for you. Multiple languages here. An overview diagram of the connectivity and how it's going to be working remotely. Setup, LED, setting up the remote linker, what you do ahead of time. Don't pair the device in the settings of your phone. You're going to do it through the app. Okay. I think we missed a page. There we go. The Bluetooth indicating Wi-Fi connection. Real simple stuff. And deleting them from the connection overall. Here's sharing the data and some troubleshooting information for you. And that should be just about it. Yep, we go into other languages after that. Now we've also got manuals for the unit itself and for the Tethering app, the mobile app that you're going to be using to get the data. They're really extensive in here. The Oximeter User's Manual gives you an introduction with some warnings and precautions in it. Then it's going to give you some guides to the symbols that you'll be seeing and what they mean. Okay. And then you dive into how to use the device. And it's really simple. There's a screen going to show you your two readings on it. You want to charge it up, power it on, start it, stop it, all of those things. And data syncing. This is where you're going to tie it in through Bluetooth to the phone if you're going to be using it as a standalone. We already saw the manual for doing it remotely. How to keep it snug, how to make it work, and some final thoughts on this. Then you sync the data, check your battery, downloading the app, Bluetooth connection of the app, audio reminders in the device and the app. Here's how you set up the audio reminder in the device itself, and then how you do it in the app. Some info on the battery, some, again, troubleshooting stuff. And then the overall specs. Okay, so your relative humidity and storage, your barometric pressure, protection against shock is internal. IP64, not really meant for washing your hands with it on, so don't get it too wet. 2 to 3 hours charging time. Your oxygen range is 70 to 100%, and the accuracy is plus or minus 2% in the upper range, which is what you probably be in mostly. Your pulse rate ranges and accuracy are there, recorded parameters, and the display interval, this is important, is 1 minute. So it's doing a reading every minute. That's it, gang. Basic Oxy Link device, $118, 15% off, or the Oxy Link Basic plus the Remote Link, $209, again 15% off, gowellue.com. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.